Anita, Yingying, Xiaomin,
Darlene.
and Darlene.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Skit performers.
Hi everyone. Hang in there with us for just a little while longer. First thing I wanted to see is if you have this at your table, it's got blue lines on it, you might have to share. But this will help you to follow along a bit tonight when we have our skit about becoming a distinguished club program. Yingying, Darlene, and I are going to show you how a small club can realistically become a distinguished club through the DCP, which is called the Distinguished Club Program. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. A few months before the official Toastmasters year, which begins, believe it or not, on July 1st, we have 8 members in what we call the Dream Team. This is the Toastmasters Club for Marin. We need 5 volunteers for this fantastic club, since Yingying and Darlene and I are members. So who's willing to come up here with us?
Just jump up and come up.
Any volunteers?
Come up. Just come right up.
Thank you,
5
Ram.
members.
So Ram is our first.
Ram, you are the VP Public
Thank you,
Relations.
Ed.
Ed.
And
We have
You're going
Charles.
to be the 7th. Charles. Xiaomin sits.
And Heather.
Xiaomin's not an officer, right? I'm taking back your blue phone.
And Heather.
There you go.
And
Okay.
Heather. Heather is
Heather is
here.
the blue thing here, and I'll give one to Darlene and one to Yingying, signifies the officers. So we are a little officer heavy, a little top heavy right now, but we'll get to that. So, in the first elections in May, we voted for these officers. As the flip chart shows, I'm the president, Yingying is the vice president of membership, Darlene's the vice president of education, Ram is the vice president of public relations, Ed has the dual role of treasurer and secretary, Charles is a sergeant at arms, and nothing else. Sorry. That's it. Now that we have our officers, what's next, Yingying?
we submit our officer list by July the 1st, the deadline. And Darlene, do we have any credit for that?
Yes, we have accomplished goal 10B on the DCP list. So this is half of number 10. So we have accomplished officer list submitted by June 30th on time.
Thanks, Darlene. That's a good start. So right away in July, we have our first monthly officers meeting, and we decide that we want to be a distinguished club. This sounds ambitious for a little club like ours. Yingying, why should we become a distinguished club?
Being a distinguished club does not only mean this is an honor for all our members, but also you can see this as a health checkup for your club. You can evaluate your club to see how much your member growth is, and also how much progress your members making on the education and the leadership tracks.
Okay, so it would make us a really strong club, and that explains why, but how do we go about doing this?
We look at our members and their advancement on the education and leadership tracks, and find, because we're a small club, so we only have, on the chart, we only have a couple of options there. But because it requires 5, we accomplish 5 of the 10 goals to be distinguished, and there are 4 administrative goals that we can absolutely do it by paying attention. And then we decide, our officer, we decide to commit doing it.
Cool. Yingying, what happens next?
And all our officers go train in summer.
Who trains them and where?
We host the training right here in Marin. And although we only need 4 officers to attend the training, our dream team officers are so determined that all of us make the training.
And that means we've accomplished goal 9A on the DCP of having a minimum of at least 4 officers trained.
Perfect. something else exciting happens in the summer. What's that, Yingying?
Our members are having so much fun, and 3 of them invite friends, and we got 3 more members.
Okay, let's see. You 3 at the end. Go find a friend and bring back a new member. Bring them back. We need their names for the flip chart real quick here. Phyllis. P-H-Y.
Renee
Yeah, good.
and Mark.
Excellent. Wow, look at this, guys. We've got 11 members so far. Woohoo!
11 members, that's great. We have accomplished 3 of the 4 members needed for 7 on the DCP goal list.
Perfect. Now what happens, Yingying?
Well, we have good news and bad news. And in August, Xiaomin has a baby, so she goes on extended maternity leave, and we say goodbye to Xiaomin.
Bye, congratulations.
And now we're down to 10 members.
Aw. Well, Yingying, speaking of members, aren't membership dues due in September?
Of course, yes. And all 11 members pay their dues, and our treasurer pays Toastmasters International by the deadline, October the 1st.
And that's great. That means we've accomplished 10A of payment of dues on time. So that means number 10 on the goal list for the DCP is now accomplished and successful.
Phew. It's only been 3 months and we've already got 1 goal checked off and we're working on 2 others. We're making progress. What's next, Yingying?
Now it's November, and Heather has a competent leadership award. Where's Heather? Hi, Heather.
Yeah.
Think of this as a
This is your
leadership award.
Now, thanks to Heather, we have accomplished the competent leader, so that's putting down goal number 5.
Yay,
We're
Darlene.
2 goals down, 3 to go.
Woohoo! And 7 months left. So, are we still committed, everybody?
Yes.
Can we do this?
Yes.
Yes. So, what next? Yingying keeps track of everything.
And now it's January, and it's officer training again. This time only 4 officers made the training because of a snowy weather. And we all carpooled through the storm, and 4 of us made it, and we accomplished another part of the goal.
4 officers trained in January. That means number 9 goal. We've got it.
Woohoo! So, besides the freak snowstorm in Marin, what else happened in January? We get a new member. Hey, he finds us on the internet, Ben. Thanks for finding. Oh, somebody else. Let's see. How about Mike?
Kara?
Okay, perfect. Come on up. We have a new member and she found us on the internet. Thank you for Googling us.
Kara.
Kara said that joining the dream team was her New Year's resolution.
We have 1 new member, so doesn't that make 4 new members now?
It makes 4 new members. Number 7 on our goal of DCP is now accomplished.
Woohoo! Yeah, 4 goals out of 5 with 5 months to go. But wait, what about our net growth for the year that says we have to have 5 new members? That would mean we'll need 13 members by June 30th, and we still have only 11 members because we lost Xiaomin here, and her baby. Yingying?
Well, next, I have some good news, but on happening for our club. 2 of our members got promoted, and they have to leave our club for their new jobs. Who left? Oh, yeah. Bye, Charles. Bye, Heather.
Thank you. I feel promoted.
Wait a minute. Heather's our competent leader, our only competent leader. What happens to the Distinguished Club Program credit that we got for her?
Although Heather left the club, but we still keep the DCP point, and Heather still gets her Competent Leader Award.
Whew.
I have an idea. Xiaomin already have a baby now, so she should come back.
Oh, that's for our improv workshop, not for Toastmasters. But, jumping ahead, now we're down to 9 members. Uh-oh. We put our heads together, we decide to hold an open house in April. We're gonna advertise it, we put out press releases, and we invite everyone we know. So 10 guests show up, and 4 of them join the club. All happen to be women. Woohoo! So let's see. Hi, come on up, please. Could you come through? And Marie, come up. Come on up. That's great. This is incredible.
Let's see who are the new members.
We've got Teresa,
Therese,
sorry,
Shirley,
and Marie,
and Marie,
and that's it.
Melody.
and Melody.
Melody, yes.
There we go. Perfect. Now we have 13 members, because we had to subtract these guys. This is the math part. 16 minus the 3. So we got 13 members now. Woohoo!
And Darlene, do we-
Congratulations to all. We've got 4 new members, and that gives
4 more
us
new
goal
members.
number 8. And that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have become a distinguished Toastmaster Club.
Yay!
There is one more thing that we want to do for the future of our club. And we hold the elections in May and submit a list of our new officers to Toastmasters International by the deadline, June 30th. And that gets us started on the next year to be a distinguished club. But that's another whole another skit and another story.
Yay! So Rob and all of our Dream Team member volunteers, thank you so much.
Thank
you can
you.
take your seats again. Thanks for being good sports.
Thank you.
Perfect. Nicely done.
So everyone, this is just an example of how one way of meet the goals for this to be a distinguished club. And actually you can choose any of the 5 of the 10 goals. And it's not hard. It's realistic, but you see it's not as easy as we thought before. And to become a distinguished club, you have to have at least 20 members in total, or we have a small club and you have to have 5 members in that growth.
So the full process takes a year. And do you remember what a year is again for Toastmasters? When does it start?
July 1st.
Perfect, July 1st. It involves multiple tasks that are happening in a non-linear fashion. You notice how, she's over here, Darlene's like crossing off things and going, that's a half a goal, okay, we're up here now. So you have to be able to jump around a little bit, but fortunately it's all in writing, like on the blue form here. And we're here to answer questions, especially Yingying, because she knows the answers.
And Darlene.
And Darlene. And it requires something Darlene's very good at, which is paying attention to details, taking care of the administrative goals and checking those babies off, and then the more difficult ones. So, do we have time, Mark Dukel, our prez? Do you have any time for Q&A, or are we running a little over due to the long line at the women's room?
Here's the time.
Okay. So does
A
anyone?
couple of questions.
Yeah, just a couple of questions if anyone has, or comments about what your club's been trying to do with this.
A question came up around the table. Now it says that it's 4 officers being trained, which ends up each session, which is twice a year. Wonder if the 4 officers, if the officers are officers for the entire year, they don't change midway, do they still need to be trained twice if they're exactly the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. And actually the first training, ideally, the first training in Toastmasters for the new officers actually happens in June. And this is a makeup training, which we hold in August. So new officers, you get some fresh knowledge and you put them into practice. And in the mid part, in January, you train again. And that's the time that you can share your experience with all other officers. And that makes a difference.
for best practices and that type of thing, it sounds like.
Yes, Sally?
I noticed you're videoing this, and that's really good. Will any officers be able to be trained by video who cannot come to the trainings on weekends or evenings?
I don't think so. At this point, we don't have, you have to be in the training to get your credit for the club. Yeah.
We definitely didn't.
There
take
can
the
be an
whole meeting.
exception to that. Last year, there is an area or a division governor that did do a video training last year, and those officers did get credit, but that's up to that individual to present that, and that was really like a test. But I think Toastmasters, with the upgrades they're making, I'm pretty sure officer training, providing more than one officer is together watching the videos, I'm sure that can be a viable choice for the future.
But don't you guys like to come here and talk to people
Yeah.
face to face?
Live people? Yeah, for a change.
Right. One more question, if there's any.
Does anyone get the question about why would you bother? Because somebody, I think it was Sally, mentioned at our table that, oh, our club's not interested in the Distinguished Club program. We're just interested in giving speeches. So do you ever get that question from folks that you're working with? Yeah. So after tonight, would there be anything that you could say to them that might convince them that it's a worthwhile cause, that there's a reason to do this?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
It can be overtime, the education. Yeah, it's a mentality.
If you do the Distinguished Club program, you're really delivering the best quality to each member of meeting their goals. They come with communication and leadership goals, which change over time. Your goals have changed, people in this room. You may have started out because you were ready to get in front of a room, and then you may have decided to do something else, and then something else. If you provide those services,
That structure.
that structure, that benefit to the individual club members, then it flows very nicely, and isn't that a coincidence? It flows very nicely into TCs and TCs and 4 new members and 4 new members and an advanced and a leadership. It's all there. What a coincidence. So the reason to do the Distinguished Club program is that you care about your individual members.
It does sound like it strengthens the club. I love how you put it, and just makes it work. There's a method to the madness.
Can I mention one other free benefit that might be available?
Darlene.
District 57 gives out prizes. Last year, I had the privilege of giving $25 gift cards to more than one club in Division C. Also, when the clubs accomplish, like Club 1441 was eligible to get a free lectern, which is $100. Unfortunately, we already bought a lectern 2 years ago, but it's a possibility. Toast to Petaluma got a free banner stand because they accomplished being a select distinguished club. So District 57, well, it was select distinguished when I looked. President's distinguished, sorry.
On purpose.
Sorry.
They're proud of it. That just shows the pride. Yes. Good.
Last question.
Last year, I got the president's list of the officers list in May. I got a very nice thank you letter from headquarters.
Nice.
Wow, good job. Good job.
And we'll wrap up our skit.
Thank you very much for paying attention. You know it's late.
Thank you, ladies. Very good job. We have a surprise performance, ladies and gentlemen. I just saw it. This is amazing. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing DCP rap performer, Kara Wasden.
Are you members delivering speeches and participating
to achieve the DCP goal. Submit dues and club officer lists online. And if 4 of your members are here tonight, then everything's just sublime. At least 4 of you also need to be trained in January in hopes to receive the President's Distinguished Bling. Finally, each and every one of us have variety and style, so be friendly and frolic and add value to your club and see that 8 new members join in on the fun. Yo, DCP rap, everybody. Woo!